All right, surprise guest, surprise guest, surprise guest.
One more time.
Surprise guest. You won't believe it. The most beautiful young woman in the entire world. My daughter, Grace.
Yay!
You're here.
Hello.
Oh, my goodness. You just missed your dad and you had to come hang out on the radio.
Yeah, that was totally it.
And now you're gonna go back to University of Toledo next week.
On Monday.
And you're gonna cry a lot. And then when you're done crying from missing me, you're gonna say, hey, you, come over here. Watch me on YouTube with my dad. Right?
Yeah, definitely. That's going to be multiple
YouTube
conversations
star.
that I have.
Yeah, you're just gonna stop you. Maybe, excuse me, professor. Anyway, we are live on YouTube. You could see that it's true that she's the most beautiful girl in the whole world. Sorry, ladies, but it's true.
No cap.
Translate, Grace, for the old people. Translate.
No lie.
See, there it is. Ron isn't lying. You can text the word live to 440-546-2255. Okay, so you finished your first semester in college.
Yep.
How did it go?
I mean, it went really good. Definitely better than I expected. But
Yeah?
yeah, the classes were a lot easier than I thought. It's definitely, I don't know, getting connected on campus with Christian groups has been my biggest struggle for sure.
Why is that?
Because it's just like, first of all, balancing everything. And then on top of that, trying to find time in my schedule, trying to find the different organizations and look into the beliefs and then times that they're meeting, if it lines up with my schedule. And it's just a big ordeal.
No, it is a challenge. I remember that same thing for me. It's like there were Christian groups, but one of them was, no offense, but straight up crazy. And I just so it took me a while to find the right kind. I'd ask Lauren if she had that trouble, but she went to Moody. So.
I didn't have trouble, no.
Yeah.
Although she was known, as I recall, you were the girl in the sweatpants?
Sweatpants girl, Brian, please. Sweatpants girl. We weren't allowed to wear sweatpants, okay? So
When you were
when
not
I
in
did,
class?
it was obvious.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Now, Grace, we wanted to ask you about a particular article that came out that we wanted your input on. It's from Relevant Magazine. Why are college students ditching dating apps? Here's what it says. That's according. It turns out Gen Z is swiping left on dating apps, which means they're like shutting them down, right? They're not using them. That's according to a recent Generation Lab survey. Found 79% of college and graduate students are steering clear of dating apps. In fact, only 12% said they use one at least once a month, and people are saying they'd rather just meet people in person. Is this true from your experience in school?
Definitely. And if anything, I feel like there's actually a stigma around using dating apps.
Really?
Yeah, because recently, I mean, I've tried dating apps and I was talking to one of the girls in my sorority and I went into it not knowing any stigma around it, just thinking that's how people meet each other. And so I downloaded the app and I brought it up to her and she's like, oh yeah, I wouldn't do that. I don't want to be known as that.
Nope.
And I was like, wait, what? And so when I talked around to some more people, there is actually people in my generation it's more common to just use the dating apps for things like hookups or casual. People aren't really pursuing relationships with those. And it's honestly like, I feel people in my generation are getting sick of the artificial relationships over like social media and stuff like that because you really don't get to know the person on a deeper level.
Daria, was it that way for you? You graduated college just a couple years ago.
Yeah, at the time, I think dating apps were still very big, but I just met with some girlfriends from college just a couple weeks ago, and they were all like, oh, yeah, I'm done with dating apps.
Well, here's the challenge, though, right? I mean, so you'd rather meet someone in person organically. How do you do that?
That's the hard part, is because of the fact of even if you do meet someone in person, it's immediately, do you have Snapchat? Do you have Instagram? And it's then the conversations continued, not in person, not hanging out. It's then over text or over Snapchat. And so that's then a whole nother level of avoiding starting relationships or getting to know people over social media is something that it seems a lot of people want to do, but we don't even know how to go about it. I wouldn't even know where to go to meet people in person, whether it just be on accident or in classes or in organizations I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, I met your mother working in a summer job. I mean, but
Yeah, you
other
chased her
than
on a
that,
lawnmower.
Yeah.
that's pretty accurate. A lot of story, which is accurate. So how did you meet Eddie? Like, was there some sort of special dating app for that, or
No. Moody has this thing called bro cis floors to help, like, because we live in, gendered housing, and so you'd never really see anybody if you're just like going to and from class. And so it's like we'd have events with your bro cis floor every month or whatever. It's to help create community. And so we were on each other's bro cis floor our sophomore year.
Well, now you have like that relationship with fraternities, right? Your sorority, but that's still probably limited.
Yeah, that's still definitely limited. I mean, even at University of Toledo, it's not that big of a college, and even Greek life isn't even. There's not that many people. There's maybe like, I think one of the biggest frats has like 80 people, and even then you narrow it down of interests, beliefs, if they're already in a relationship, like all of those things. It's just meeting people that really line up with what you're looking for is so hard.
Well, maybe I should take a day off and just go hang out with you. And while we're walking around campus to your class, I'll be like, "Excuse me, sir. Hey, young man, come here."
I think that would scare them away more than it would get them to talk to me.
I am pretty intimidating. That's true.
I don't know if that's what she meant.
Not intimidating.
You also told me that was there some Christian dating app and a whole bunch of guys like to flex in front of mirrors on that?
Yeah. I downloaded a new Christian dating app. I've seen ads everywhere, and there's a lot of shirtless pictures of guys.
What in the world?
Yeah.
Christian guys?
More than Tinder, actually, from what I've found.
Really?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Is that cool now? Like, Daria, you're in your 20s, so it's like, all right.
That is so rude.
Is that what's cool? Like guys working out with their shirt off?
I mean, if you're into that, I guess, but I don't want to see it.
Okay, so young women, and I'm still calling you young. You're 30, so
Thanks.
I'm lumping
basically
you
a
in.
granny these days.
Essentially.
Yeah.
It's people calling you ma'am, I'm sure. What brief dating advice could you give my lovely daughter, Grace? Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I guess I know it's really hard, but it's okay to like wait to find the right person.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's like so annoying.
Yeah.
And you want to find that person, but it's okay to be single and wait and have fun and just get to know people.
All
right. Noted. Daria?
Definitely.
Daria Swisher?
Just trust God's timing and his process. For me, the case was as soon as I stopped trying, that's when I met my husband.
Yeah, I definitely hear that a lot, is to just kind of do your own thing and like grow with your relationship with the Lord and just trust and just kind of figure out your life. And as soon as you stop looking, and I know that's really hard, but that's what worked for me.
Well, and to encourage you, I know you love animals. Daria, could you tell her quick how Jimmy found you?
So we met on Facebook. We did go to the same school, but what really sold him is, yes, this is the one for me. I was holding a picture of a goat on my Facebook profile, and he said, yes, I want to know this person.
Like she's snuggling a goat in her picture.
That is awesome.
Like, that's my girl.
That's
Basically.
awesome.
Maybe you need more snuggling our goats or donkey on Snapchat or something.
Yeah. I have a couple of me and Cody.
It's our donkey.
Yeah, that's our donkey.
All right, Lauren's telling me it's time to stop. So we got to go. Grace, thank you for coming in today.
Yeah, of course.
It's always fun to see you.